It's finally here. I have been waiting for this skill since Jagex cooked my beans 11 years ago on April Fools. Seriously, I've been so excited for sailing. Now, I've listened to a lot of content creators give their impressions and feedback for sailing, and I want to take a little time and share my ideas about the skill as a working dad who loves the game but can't grind it out 50 hours a week.
Hey, hun, I need help with this diaper over here.
Alrighty, time to change the diaper. What do we have in here? Anyways, No Monkey and Jimmy made videos about sailing, and they made the same point, which I want to echo.
As I sailed away, I came to a realization that both excited me and saddened me. The exciting part was that I found my favorite part of sailing, and it was something I've never gotten to enjoy on RuneScape before. Exploring and discovering and going in completely blind to things like caves that didn't exist, treasure on top of a hill, feeling actual immersion. This is what our ancestors would have wanted for us, is to explore and discover on this MMORPG. Exploration is the cornerstone of this skill for me. But the sad part came immediately after, when I realized that exploration could not be the cornerstone of sailing. Because as expanded as this map is, with all these new features and islands and caves, we can only explore a new island once. We can only organically discover a brand new city once. And the first entrance into a brand new cave you just found is the only time it's ever going to be the first entrance into that cave. Unless the devs were to figure out a way to miraculously discover procedurally generating an instance of an open sea that create a unique exploration experience every time, exploration and discovery would be a one and done component of this skill.
The thing I did the most in the alpha, more so than training the skill, was just randomly sailing around and looking at the different islands. I was pulling out detach cam and looking at the different islands and just trying to see what was new. To me, that's like the most engaging thing with scaling, is the like adventuring, the exploration, the going out and like finding the new stuff. So I feel like leaning into that would be a really good idea. I actually watched Jimmy's most recent video on sailing, and Jimmy and I we are so different as players go. We do not align much of the time. But Jimmy actually had literally the exact same take I had, and pretty much the exact same experience I had with the alpha. He was pulling out the detach cam and he was like getting all excited about finding new trees and a new island, and his issue was that the exploration can only be done once. You can only go to a new island one time. You can only enter a dungeon you find on an island one time for the first time, right? You'll never have that sense of discovering something again after you've done it the first time. His suggestion was the same, the procedural voyage idea, which was crazy. I was like, wow, we just both came to that. Which I totally agree. I think that would be a really fun method, really engaging, really interesting, and I'd love to see them add something like that.
Sailing needs new lands to explore indefinitely. They were right about adding these voyages that are randomly generated and will give developers creative freedom to try new things, potentially break the game for a short amount of time, and give us the experience of exploring an endless treasure-filled world. Also, thank you for adding an AFK method of training the skill. The more AFK, the better. Even if it's just 15k an hour and I only have to touch my phone twice every 10 minutes, it's worth it because, like I said, I am a working dad. And for those of you who were hoping for a progress video this week, on our road to Dragonslayer, Mrs. Stell has been busy at a spring market selling her baby onesies. If you have a baby in your life, you should check out her Etsy store. We'll be back next week with another episode probably filled with more riveting goblin action.
Bam, bam, huh, huh. Hiya!
This is such a cool boat. It's been here in the game for forever, since Dragonslayer 1. However, Jagex, you're about to introduce sailing into the game, and this boat still looks like this. Fix your game, Jagex.